Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to take a look at blue-red. Now I've been seeing a lot of blue-red on the ladder. Different variations to what I'm playing. I'm actually revisiting an old deck that ESofDawn created, the blue-red beast control. But now we have access to Radiance, which is a very powerful card from this set, Resurgence set, but also I actually think it really fits into this archetype, mainly because of the use of Aurora's creation. So it just gives you basically a 10/10 you can copy and stick that down, and then you can creation it and make another one, and so on and so forth. And it also has a lot of big meaty creatures in the Ice Rock Behemoths and the Ground Shakers and the Gem Shell Tortoise. So there's a lot of big threats that can come down. There's also Archons as well, so you can also turn Archons, which is very good. So I've built a new version of this blue-red beast. I had a game during my practice where I was able to draw. I drew a Radiance and it cost 0 because all my mochis and stuff stacked. It's funny, it became 0 and then I was able... it became 0 off the Gem Shell Tortoise, so I drew 2 Radiances. One cost 0 and one cost 8, and I had a creation in hand. I was able to jam down a Radiance for 0 with an Ice Rock Behemoth, and then my opponent scooped. But I was able to play Radiance again on the following turn, and I had a creation in hand. So pretty crazy potential with this deck. Hopefully I can showcase some of that in this episode. So let's get into some matches and see how this deck performs. Alright guys, into our first match. Let's throw all these away. Archons are not bad. Like, we'd rather find Mochis and Water Elementals, but yeah, I'll take Archons. You know, it's going to give us a collector to work with. And we do take first. Now, how do I want to build this? I don't mind, like, just going triple lake here. And that gives us access to the double collection. But we could also go up this way. That's also another option if we want to play more defensive. Central land is quite beneficial to defend sometimes. Like, we can slam like Ice Rock Behemoth in the middle, and it kind of just taunts up everything around it. But it's going to be rush. We'll have to, that's a lot of Archons. That's a lot of Archons. So we have a lot of Archons to work with going forward. It's absolutely fine. Depending on what my opponent plays, I guess. It's going to be a Virgin Force. So we can pay essentially 4 Faeria to deal with 6 Faeria, and it's not the rate I want right now. I'll take the collection there. Go for a mountain. So I'm actually happy to build a double collector here because I have 3 Archons in this match. I can just start building like Archons to double collect. Virgin Force is currently vulnerable to my Water Elemental. There's a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Alright, so we can jump across. Take the collection. I think I'm mostly fine with this hitting my face. But then again, if it gets a power up, I'm in a little bit of trouble. Just a little. So maybe I'm fine with it hitting my face, just because I can go for double collection next turn, and then potentially drop a Ground Shaker in a more defensive position. Power-ups are kind of sad for us, but I think that's okay. Like, we'll deal with the power-up if it comes down. Is that a Tiki? It is a Tiki. Okay. Windfall is pretty good. We do need to jam a Ground Shaker into a decent position. So I'm going to stick it here because I can defend from this land to this forest. That's absolutely fine. This is going to continue double collecting for me. I'll probably Ground Shaker again next turn. So we'll just run this in and then Ground Shaker unless it receives another power up. I've just got to kind of hope that the cards generated from the messenger aren't that aren't that good. But there we go. It's got 10 life now. And it's just, yep, building up problems for me to deal with. Well, that's fine. Well, that's actually a really good draw. So yeah, let's do that. And we'll take a free hit. Why not? So Ice Rock was a savior for us. It's gonna keep this messenger in check. It's a shame I couldn't get the windfall off just so I can turn this into a 6/6. Takes a draw. Might see like Shrine Deepwood Stalker to knock off into an Overgrown Tower. It's actually not enough. That's fine. So we now get the luxury of doing this. +1 into Grand Shaker. And this will just sit in the middle. Ice Rock is just going to sit there. This is what I was talking about at the start of the match. It's sometimes quite nice to have the central land for Ice Rock. It's such a durable threat. With that taunt and protection, it's just a pain to deal with. It's just an absolute pain. You can see a Seed Sower. Oh, that's from the... Yeah, we know where that's from. That's fine. So this gives us the luxury to start... This gives us a luxury to just take a turn to get our breath back. You know, give us a bit of room to collect a bit of Faeria and go into double windfall next turn. I get to turn this Archon, drop another Ice Rock, and drop another Archon, and then I'm in the business. You know, that's when we're going to start really swinging the game back in our favor, and especially if we pick up something like a Radiance. Like Radiance could really send the game home for us. So we're in a really good spot. Like this Ice Rock saved my butt, to be fair. Build a land here for me. I need that land in my life. Nope. Okay. It's gonna bore to dash. Well, that's fine. We can actually... We do miss a Faeria. It's a little unfortunate, but we do double windfall this turn. So, boom. Boom. Gonna kill this guy. I might make an aggro land just so I can stick a Gem Shell in an aggressive position. Do I make... So I've used all my Ground Shakers. So I've got one left, I believe. I have one Archon in hand. So maybe Lake's just a bit better, actually, because I know this is in hand and I can use it to play more aggressive. So that happened. I think if I just play one of these, my opponent's going to scoop. So I think it's worth it. Just play it and just see, like, yeah, you wanna carry on playing this match, friend? Because now he knows I have 2 in hand. But he doesn't know I have 3. So I could have played the 7 Faeria one and just be like, you know, this is my only Ice Rock. Spider, kill my Archon, feels bad, man. Beastmaster. So I could take a slower line here and go for like a lake or something, or like a mountain, and then stick an Ice Rock next to this, which is what I'm going to do. I'll go for the... see, I'd like to start collecting with this one. I'll go for the Beast Trainer. And then, yeah, I'll stick this here, and I'll stick the Ice Rock down. Pure board control. I'm valuing sticking a 7/7 down to kill this in one hit over taking 5 damage this turn. And yeah, so the pure board control lines there, playing to my advantage here, having all these Ice Rocks, make it very difficult for my opponent to punch through. Good game there. It was close. Like, if I didn't draw that Ice Rock, I think I was dead. But good game. Let's move on to our next one. Alright guys, another game. I am going to keep the Archon just so I have a Harvester to kick things off. We do pick up some greedier cards. We're on Explore, that's interesting. So let's see what our opponent gets up to. Go for a lake, so we are going to play a little more aggressive again. We can go Explore into lake, play the Archon. It's going to be a desert. Okay, so this could be events. There is a possibility. We can go like mountain, move into double collection, build up towards Garadan as well, and the Ice Rock Behemoth. And then we'll be able to play Windfall by that point, so hopefully we'll draw another Windfall and just turn this into a 6/6. Radiance is not bad. Radiance is not bad at all, actually, because we can go Mountain here, double collect, and then on the follow-up, we could like stick a land here and then just play Radiance and be like, whoa, there's a 10/10 and a 6/6 in charge range. What you gonna do about it? It's a Lore Thief, Soul Pact, 10 Faeria, the Storyteller. Oh no, is this some Rapala nonsense? I hope not. So now I've seen Storytellers, usually I'd be like, you know, I'll hold on to my Windfalls. I don't want to reveal I have them, but in this situation, I am going to Windfall just in case we see another Storyteller. I could actually Garadan. Garadan eats up a reasonable amount of Faeria. So let's go for Gary as well. We turn this into a 6/6. So I have 2 6/6s down. It's pretty good. I could have given up a collection and played Gary here. But I can also double neutral across. That's absolutely fine. Another Soul Pact. Failed experiments. Curious Biomancer. Okay.
I'm so smart, I astound myself.
Into another Curious Biomancer.
I'm so smart, I astound myself.
Okay. Another Storyteller. So it's good we played that Windfall. Speaking of Windfalls. +1. Yeah. You have a pretty good play. So we just play Radiance, and then I Creation Radiance, and just go from there. Because this represents lethal. I also have the option. So I don't think I'll have enough Faeria to do it, but I might have been able to Creation Garadan. Now, I guess I could have Creation Garadan if I played a lake and then cleared the board again, but I wouldn't have pushed the 6 damage. So the Creation Garadan really wasn't an option for me that turn. Gagana. Uh-oh. The Rainbow Bird. That's Rakoan. So that came from Gagana. This collects. And play a land here. I might have to kill this. Like I don't know. Do I respect it? I guess I can't now because I can't move out of the way. It's interesting. I think I just push 10 and just be like, do you have an answer? Is there an answer? And if you do have an answer, I'm very interested to see what this answer is. You know, I wanna know what's going on here. What's this bird going to do to me? Because he still has to, even if there is some ridiculous combo, it kind of needs to clear the board, so it just probably needs to be Doomsday. Just play Doomsday and hope I don't have a creature to follow up with, which I most certainly do. So we see a neutral. Okay. The clock is ticking. So he's going to scoot across. Into a barracks. Okay. So he kills the Archon. So Gargano may have the power to finish off the Radiance? I don't know, it's a little ambitious, I think. Because there's still Garadan to deal with. Yeah, it was a bit too difficult. I'm not entirely sure what the combo was. Maybe it was the Baron Sky Vermin, Barracks, OTK. It's really hard to say. But good games to my opponent. Let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, into another match. We do have the turn 1 collector, well turn 2 collector, sorry. I will always keep an Archon if I find one, just because I do want to start that harvest, which find double Water Elemental and the follow-up. That does give me the luxury to play a mountain if I really want to, but I will go for a lake. Now Dilgana, which I've spoken about in the past, is a bit like my kryptonite when it comes to ranked matches in Faeria. Usually rocking some kind of blue-red control deck. This time it looks like it's going to be a burn deck, or at least some form of burn deck. The Water Elemental is going to really help us ramp super fast. We can go mountain, lake, have all our lakes down. Or lake, mountain, whichever way I want to do it, really. Bloodsinger, Flame Burst. Nope, Flame Spitter. Just going to spit. And leave it there. Okay. So we'll play another lake. Now I want to play Water Elemental, but my issue... I guess I go Mountain instead, actually. And save the Water Elemental for later. So I'm trying to gear up for Garadan next turn. Garadan has a pretty good hit here. Like, he hits the two Flame Spitter, puts us in range of Ground Shaker. And that's pretty good for me. I'm happy with that. My opponent very patiently playing around this Garadan that's going to come down. It also represents a lot of pressure going into the next turn. My opponent will be on enough to Garadan back, but it doesn't really do a lot. It only kills my Water Elemental. Double neutral, Rebel Slinger, so it's just like face burn deck. Face burn dot deck. Alright. So we'll kill this. I guess we'll just take a normal lake. Or pass, because I'm now a bit vulnerable to Garadan myself. My opponent could Garadan. I guess again the only issue is it doesn't really kill this Garadan. I'm really hoping to find a Ground Shaker soon. Just to kill the Bloodsinger. Stop the collection on the right. Apply some pressure. So this is like gift burn. Speak of the devil. Ground Shaker does make his appearance. I will take an aggressive mountain, just so this can hit the orb next turn. I'm just racing my opponent down, and with all these bodies, I should be in a good position to win this match. Actually, I don't really see a way Dilgano makes much of a comeback. Like, he can Garadan here, potentially. Maybe he's going to Cypher Wrath this, but I just punch for 5, +1 to Ice Rock. And that puts me in a pretty solid position to win the game. And there we go, my opponent's just going to scoop there. And even though this is a control deck, as you can see, you can play it quite fast. You can go for a more mid-range start. And I think the Water Elementals really help with that. Oh, but look at that, win streak already. Feels good, man. Let's get on to another match. Alright, guys, into another game. We have a Mochi to start off this time. We also have the Water Elemental to help us ramp. Not going first, unfortunately. Again, like, I don't mind playing this kind of mid-range style. Especially if I have the water elemental. Just gives me a way to ramp my lands very quickly. Okay, so we can go down the same side. I like fighting my opponent down the same side because my goal ultimately is to starve them of Faeria and then just make big power plays in the Ice Rock Behemoth. Cypher is a good power play. You know, the Gemshell Tortoises, Big Archon. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to chip away at my opponent gradually. And then hopefully just have a way to finish them off. Let's take a mountain and we'll pass here. So Water Elemental representing double collection going into the next turn. We also have the Cypher to come down. Cypher could be a big momentum swing for us if our opponent can't answer it. Just a Horsemaster. Cannot be a good hand if we're seeing Horsemasters there. Yes. So the only issue is I can't stick Cypher on this spot. Kind of sucks. But I don't mind just jamming Cypher here instead.
There can be only one.
Let's go for the Mochi. Now I could have played Windfall, but again, like, I don't need it at this point. I'd rather keep it in my hand for the moment that I do need it. And then, you know, that might be able to give a burst of Faeria my opponent doesn't expect. And make a play that my opponent can't read. You don't need to reveal these cards until you absolutely need them. So Gyarados coming down on the left here. I guess I opened myself up to that with the Mochi, but I'll gain a 2 Faeria refund on the Mochi. And there we go. There's a refund. So how do I go about this? So Gyarados going to zip down. If I play the Archon, that leaves me on 3 Faeria. Maybe I'm not in a situation where I should be playing Archon yet. I could just play Gyarados to kill the Horsemaster, but I'd rather wait on the Gyarados. So what I'm gonna do, I think I just take a draw, or I take +1 here. Or I take land. I just take my aggressive land and just be done with it. So if I take +1. If Cypher lives, let's say, so if Cypher doesn't live, I go up to 11 Faeria, I can Windfall, maybe Gyarados, Archon. So 11, now 13, so I'll have enough to do that anyway. So maybe I draw, maybe I just draw for another Windfall actually. I'm sorry, alright? I apologize to everyone I play against. This happens a lot. This happens a lot more than it should. Well, I just say I want a card and it comes to me. I can't help it, guys. The game sometimes likes me, the game sometimes hates me. It's hit or miss. So now Gyarados pretty tasty. We can set an Archon in a defensive position. So we go like Windfall, Windfall, turn this guy, play Gyarados. I kind of want to make sure I can get an aggressive creature like a Gemshell or an Ice Rock in this position, so I'm going to secure the land now. Gyarados still in a double collection position, so he can just kill the Archon, but I think that's fine. I do stop this from double collecting. So, and I can double neutral across, and then it's just locked onto one land. Cypher's Wrath Mochi. Doesn't want me gaining that Faeria. But like I said, she gives value back. The Archon. So yeah, we're going to double neutral here. And this is to block the double collection. Gyarados going in for 6. And then this Archon's going to go for double collection on the right. So I actually represent quad collection next turn. If this Gyarados decides to kill this Gyarados, I can land here and I can quad collect if nothing comes down on this spot. But we could see all sorts of things come out now. We could see like Crackthorn Beasts. I'm not sure what else. Maybe double Flame Burst. Bomb Slinger. It's Crackthorn Beast. It's absolutely fine. Maybe there's a guidance. A guidance not enough, so actually needs an Elderwood Embrace to keep this alive. Yeah, good trades off. Yeah, quad collection this turn. Feels good, guys. And then I just draw Gem Shell like a god. Fantastic. Let's play Gem Shell. Oh, I should go Beastmaster Gem Shell. So I have just like a big tempo line now. Where I can just play like a bunch of guys down. I might as well play the Mochis. Like, the Mochi just gave me value. So, Mochi here represents... actually, I gain 2 Faeria from this card when it triggers. Because it reduces the cost by 3. I paid 1 for it. If this collects a Faeria, I just gain 3 Faeria on that card. It's pretty ridiculous, actually. So, you just go for the clear... So, oh, I should have actually played that here to stop. Yeah, to stop the clear. But I can now just land here and just go in, which is fine. I don't get to draw this turn, which is a little sad. But I get my Archon back. I'm gonna push this guy up. You know what, let's just drop the other Mochi down. Maybe not, actually. I got a 6 cost reduction. Anything of 7. So if I play another Mochi and draw a 7 cost, I actually lose value. But I need someone to chase this down. So maybe it's fine. Since it's free anyway. So this could all hit Radiance. I have another Mochi in the stack as well. So maybe I just draw a 1 cost Radiance. Which is also another reason this lands here. Like, it gives me a potential mountain spot in the future. To play Ground Shakers, but it also represents a Radiant spot if this gets covered. Is this a power-up? Is this Elderwood or something? I'm just going to scoot back into a Wood Elemental. Try and protect. So yeah, I missed a... Oh no, I didn't have another Mochi. I only had 2 down. I thought I had more than that. My bad. Oh, there we go. Just a scoop from my opponent. So, nice. Still retaining that win streak. I think this deck is really good, guys. Especially for ladder. It kind of can do a bit of everything. It's got that kind of slow control, grindy game plan if it wants it, using Ice Rock Behemoths. It's got removal. It's got cost reduction. You get, like, good value into the late game. I think it's a really solid deck. I only ever played it for the last episode I did on this deck when ESofDawn sent me the list, and that was at least a couple of months ago now, but I actually feel this is a viable deck going into the future. Could even add stuff like Humbling Visions into it now, which I didn't even think of, so yeah, I could just add Humbling Visions since they're better. There's so many things you can do with blue-red, but good game to my opponent. Let's move on to another one. Alright guys. We are continuing our run here. Archon in the opener. Let's keep it 2 Archons this time. Archon is also a good target for creation in some situations. Being able to generate a 6/6 for 5 Faeria with charge 2 is not bad. It's not bad at all. So don't be afraid to use creation in that respect. So I kind of feel like I want to go for Archon here. It's just a bit more durable in this matchup. You know, we're against yellow now. Soul Drain is an easy answer to this Mochi. I'd rather play it later on when we've got a more secure collector down. In some matchups, it's fine to drop Mochi. So if we were going against blue, for example, like I wouldn't mind just jamming a Mochi down for blue. Oh, it's Smoke. Okay. Let's stick a Mochi in front of my orb. Why not? I'm going mountain, double collect, and then, you know, we're in business. We're doing pretty good at the moment. Depends if there's an answer to this Archon. I think that's going to be my biggest concern going forward. Like, does this get cleared? I don't really care if this dies. This is to eat removal. Like, if a Wind Soldier clears this and doesn't collect off the well, As soon as this procs, I actually gain value back, which is pretty good. I take a card from my opponent's hand, take 3 Faeria, and then I draw a card, and then I gain that back. So is this Saggy? No, it's a Mistral Guide. Okay. So this does change things a little bit, because it can now win. So it could have actually Wind Soldiered here, gained a Faeria, and then came across and cleared my guy. Something to think about in the future. Okay. Okay. And a Shaitan Scavenger. And a Baron Skyviv. So we've seen this before. This isn't anything new to us. We probably... I think we still go for the mountains on this side. We can't really stop yellow from doing all this stuff. I guess I could wait now. See if he has a Soul Drain. Because if I play the Archon and this clears it and this gets Soul Drain, I'm in a pretty sad situation. But then again, my opponent probably isn't going to my orb. That's something to consider. So is it worth throwing Archon away against a 2 Faeria creature? Probably not. Like, I think I can just take the damage. I get a Gem Shell in 2 turns. That may be enough to keep me in the game. We'll see what happens. So he does take the clear. That's really good for us. So we do generate a little bit of value going forward. Flash Salmon. That's not a hugely impactful play. Unless it's a Zealous Crusader. See, it works both ways for me, guys. I can say the card I want off the top of the deck, but I can also say the card my opponent wants to play. Works both ways. Okay. Let's take this mountain. I'll go for the Archon. In hopes we live long enough in order to deal with all this nonsense. Like, I might take the clear, which is fine, I think, because it gives me the opportunity to Garadan in the follow-up. It takes the clear. Plays a Demonic Salmon. Collects +1. Into another Zealous Crusader. No, that's just evil. That's just mean. I didn't deserve this. So Garadan, it's kind of I have to play Garadan. Like, I don't think I really have much of a choice, but I don't want to play Garadan. That's for sure. I have to play it here, unfortunately. So it was really unfortunate that my opponent had the other Zealous Crusader as well. If it was just like another Scavenger, you know, I'd still be in this match. But the second Zealous Crusader in this position is a little too much pressure into a prayer. So it's kind of like the it's the snowball effect that yellow can have. Oh, okay. So not blocking the clear, that probably doesn't help as much, but oh, I can't get there. That's probably why. So I don't think there's anything we can draw. We can do this and then just stick a Mochi in front of our orb. It's not really representing much here. Mistral Guy clears this down. Punch me for 7. Say what's up. Oh, I'll do this. This is another way to do it. So there we go. Losing to Yellow Rush in that match. Like I said, it was kind of like the God Draw Yellow Rush that can't really be stopped. I mean, I had a pretty slow hand, you know, 2 Gemshell Tortoise creation. It's not like I had like water elementals and stuff like that to help me defend. But I felt like I was okay. I think I was okay until that second Zealous Crusader came down. It's just not a lot I can do in that situation. But good game to my opponent. Let's move on to another. All right, guys. Going into our next game. Let's throw all these away. Windfall, and a Gemshell Tortoise. I hope I have some better draws going forward. It's going to be a lake from our opponent. Yep. I'll just play Central Lakes for this episode. I'm quite enjoying how this deck plays out from this kind of path, rather than going for the more controlling line. What is this? What is this? Why are you doing this to me, game? Oh, I don't know. Do I just take the hit and let me play aggressive land? I guess so. Why not? Like, let's just do it. I'm not adjusting my playstyle to this. This is just ridiculous. It's a good play though. It's a good line. It's just a bit silly. I hope he goes for the clear on the Mochi instead of going face into land. I don't really want to deal with this at this point. I don't have the hand for it. Considering it. He's looking at the Mochi and he's considering it, so hopefully I'll be saved. I could have laked here and explored here. I think that was an alternative, but like I said, I just didn't really want to play into my opponent. I guess that was probably better. I don't know, my opponent's still smoking me with blue. Okay. Another Mochi. It's not what we want to see. I'm going to take a mountain here in case this wants to come down and smack me in the face. Oh, it doesn't matter. It can fly anyway. So my saving grace right now is Garadan. I just really need to draw Garadan. Just give me an opportunity to get back into the match. I can go like double Windfall Garadan, which would be pretty good. I'm pretty keen on that. Aggressive Lake. This probably plays Colossus. This probably plays the card I just mentioned. No! What is happening today? What is happening today? I had some really good games and then I just started drawing absolute trash. I don't have the time to go into these. I don't have that time. That's the problem here. Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. You can reduce the cost of one of my cards that I can't play. Good job. So he hits me for 7, he hits me for 5. No, he's going to back out. Okay, so just playing a more controlling game plan. I don't really have an answer to this. That's the problem. He doesn't even need to. Just continue to play things. Library? Humbling Visions. Okay. So this is another game that I've lost. Let's just see if he has the answer to Leia. Frogify. Alright, that's the end of that match. Alright, let's get into one final game to conclude this episode. I had a really good start, and then all of a sudden, my opponents drew better than me. Way better than me. Now, I know that sounds like an excuse, and it kind of is, but playing against aggressive decks with Gemshell Tortoise in my opening hand is unfortunately just a hazard of playing a deck like this, and Water Elemental's job is kind of to help me out with that, but it didn't really happen if I can't draw them. But yeah, good game to my opponent. Let's move on to our final match. Alright guys, final game, please. Please, this is a hand I can work with. No more Gemshell Tortoise. Give them to me later. Later on in life. I don't need them now. There's 2 games in a row. I had Gemshell Tortoise in my opening hand. 2 of them. And Windfalls that I couldn't play because I was just getting bopped. And now maybe things will change. Maybe RJ4 will be kind to us. So it's going to be very defensive land. I can deal with that. Aurora, thank you. It's good to see you too. Alright. So let's start pushing our lands up. Do I go Archon this turn? I think Archon might be okay. Just kind of can challenge something here. No, let's wait. Let's see if he has Flame Burst or Garadan or any of that nonsense first. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I didn't play him.
There can be only one!
Definitely glad I didn't play him. That's great. That's a great answer, which I cannot use right now. So let's hop down here and collect. And we'll pass. Horsemaster. Show it to me. Just show me the Horsemaster. The last two opponents had all the things that I predicted. Just show me the Horsemaster. Flame Burst, I'm good with Flame Burst. I can deal with Flame Burst. Oh no! That's not what I want to see. That sucks. So Ground Shaker's not even that good right now. So maybe I creation this instead. So I'm going to creation this instead, hoping that these two decide to run into each other. Which is fine, it kind of works out okay, I guess. Like, so yeah, these two trade off, unless it's a Bomb Slinger. Is it a Bomb Slinger? God damn. Bomb Slinger showing up.
Let's explode together!
Okay. Okay. This still works out okay. This is actually fine, I think. Mainly because I get the Ground Shaker here now, which kind of solves my problem when dealing with this. Now I could play a Mochi, I guess, and try and use the Mochi plus another Ground Shaker to finish this off. Maybe that's fine. But I go into the next turn without very much Faeria to use. So if this gets cleared and this gets cleared, I'm kind of just plus one-ing into Archon, but I think this works out okay. It gives us, you know, I need to clear this by not losing anything of too expensive. That's my goal. 4 Faeria to work with, can plus 1, so could double Ciphers here. That's definitely an option. Could step here, kill this, knowing that Cypher's going to die anyway, and this steps across and kills this. But then that just gears me up for that Ground Shaker play. I can double collect down, I can hit the Cypher to finish it off, and then I can Ground Shaker to finish the layer off. And then maybe Ground Shaker like here, just so I can hit the structure on the follow-up. So I think I'm in a good situation here. It very much depends on what my opponent gets up to. Cypher does move down, does step there, so this is what I predicted would happen. It's just what's the follow-up play? It's just an Axe Grinder. Okay, that makes life a little difficult, I guess, because now I don't get that extra collection. But you know what? Let's clear this out. Let's plus 1. I'll just wait till next turn. I'll wait till next turn. Unless I play Beastmaster. But I want to play Ground Shaker next turn, so let's wait till next turn. Take some Mountain into a Ground Shaker. It's unfortunate. So we can play Ground Shaker here. Let's get out of reach of this Axe Grinder. Ooh, Windfall, hello. Oh, okay, so I could play both of these. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's see what this gives us first. Okay, double Garrett. I don't think double Garriden's actually that good, unfortunately. I think I should have played the Gem Shield in front of my Orb, now that I think about it. But now the Archons are online. That's really good for us. Let's see what the follow-up play is. Ground Shaker, Bomb Slinger clear. Hit me for 5.
Let's explode together.
Oh, Cypher. Okay. Oh man, I am in the danger zone. I don't like this. Yeah, I should have played it in front. It would have made a difference actually. But I've played the Archon to the left here as a way to. Oh wow, okay. So that's just game. I don't see a way I stop this Ground Shaker. So yeah, although this deck did really well at the start, I just started to get destroyed later on. So maybe this deck is not as good as I thought it was. I was on the hype, guys. I was just like, yeah, this deck's sick. I'm just winning all these games. Everything's lining up. As soon as things don't line up for me. I mean, this could just be my play. I'm never going to blame the deck completely. Obviously, the pilot has a major influence in how a match will play out. But good game to my opponent. Seen a bit of mono red come back there. Yeah, that wraps up this episode. So that concludes this episode featuring blue-red beast control, which was originally created by ESofDawn. I made a few changes. Did they work out as well as I thought? I don't know. I'd have to have a bit more testing to really figure that out. Maybe go back to the previous build. But I definitely like Radiance in this deck. I think it just has a very good home, especially with all the Aurora's creations being ran, and so you can just use the creations to make more Radiances and then just cause more problems for your opponent. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, drop a subscribe to keep up to date when our content goes live. You can check out my other 2 videos from this week. I featured Summer Flame's Illusion Handbuff, using Illusion of Grandeur as the win condition in a blue-green deck, as well as Raizo's Red-Yellow Burn, featured in his first place lineup for the last Cyphers Open. So until next time, guys, take care, and I hope you enjoy Blue-Red Beast Control.